So it's just pretty much the mock-up stage. Okay, as you can see, got the cab back on the chassis. Gonna do some rough fitment of the body panels. Make some repairs. We had some issues like this body line here. You can see it's off a little bit. So I got some work to do here. You can see the hood's bent right here. I got some work to do there. This truck, we're not putting hood pins in it. We're putting hinges. I have the hinges, so I have to put those in and get everything straightened up and get everything aligned. I'm going to start with the hood. Make the hood go up and down and do all the stuff it's supposed to. And then I'm going to come over here on this side. This inner metal structure in the hood is actually in crooked, and it was brazed in there crooked. So I'm going to straighten this out. I'm going to actually take that inner piece out. I gotta take it out, straighten it, and then put it back in the hood straight. Whoever bodyworked this truck last well, it has its issues. Okay, so already I have a problem. These, I believe, are Ford car hood hinges from what I just saw online. I was having a hard time getting these, getting it lined up. So I started looking. I came out here to the other truck. This other truck, they're different. So it looks like those hinges I have are for a sedan, and they're not going to work. So I don't know how long it's going to take to come up with a set of hood hinges. So meantime, yeah, I guess I just keep moving on. I'm going to prop the hood up here and just keep going. Now you can see, if you follow this seam here, where the front of the hood is rolled, that it comes out. And look at that. I don't even know what they were doing. This is where it's bent right here. So I think this piece has to come out. I'm pretty sure they brazed that, not welded it. So I have to cut that out, make this piece fit, and then put it back in the hood and straighten the hood out. Alright, I'm gonna real carefully cut that weld out of there. Now it's just got a couple of spot welds here. I'm gonna go ahead and take those spot welds out so I can get this. I'm gonna take that bracket out, and I want to lay it on here, and I want to make sure that it's gonna fit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drill out a couple spot rivets here, spot welds. Yeah, look how crooked that is. There's no way you can make the hood look good without fixing that. So I guess I'm gonna probably, you can see where it was cracked right here. I think what I'm gonna do is put it on my press, and it's bent right there. I think I'm gonna put it in my press and push on it and see if I can bring it out a little bit. Okay, so I got a lot more even. Still needs some work for sure. But I put it in the press and kind of pushed on it and moved it around. It's a lot closer, but then I noticed that I'm not really, got a bit of a twist. But overall, I think that's about it. It looks like the hood was relieved a bit when I took the piece out, so it's actually not too bad. It'll be about there. It's still bent. I need to kind of got a lot of Bondo on it. I'm gonna pull that Bondo off of there and see what it looks like underneath. Okay, it's not perfect, but I can't put my fingers in there anymore. It's a lot better than it was, and that's with the metal brace back in there. All right, back out here in the shop. It's a nice morning out, actually. Anyways, so you can see I pulled a bunch of Bondo off of this panel. Let's see how it just pulled in really bad right here. So I'm gonna see if I can get some of this arch back in it without hammering on it too much. I think if I put some pressure right in here, I might be able to just push it back out. Yeah, and we can see this panel here is well, it's almost straight for one, which it's supposed to have a bit of an arch to it like that. This one's not as sucked in right there. I don't think it has nearly as much body filler on it as this one did. This one's like caved in. So I don't even know what I'm gonna do up here. It's cracked right there too. All right. So when they body worked this, they tried to line this front panel up here. And these trucks, they lined up all the way at the bottom, and then it slowly started to taper off of that line and come up. And you can see where these indentions are here and here. This panel is just about where it needs to be. And the front end is, I got most of this worked out. It still needs a little bit more work, but this fender they're flat on the top. It should come up to here. And you can see here the depth of the body filler there. It's supposed to taper back off of this seam and come up here and follow right below these. It should be like that low. The fender should be that low off of that line. So if you come back here, you can see how the fender right there doesn't really follow you can see here how the fender is pulled way down. So what my plan is, this here is the driver's side inner fender out of the 38 school bus. This, as far as I can tell, this arch here is exactly the same as the other inner fender. If I take the other inner fender, actually I'm gonna go get it, hang on. So you can see if I lay them one on top of the other one, all the holes all pretty much line up. See, the holes pretty much line up, and look what happens to this. This fender, this inner fender was bent. You can see the arch of this is the proper arch. So I made a template of this arch, and then I cut it out with this. So this is real heavy sheet metal. There's actually two pieces here. So my thought is I can use this one on each side to correct the arch of the fender. That's my thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull this fender back off of here and see if that's gonna be able to be pushed into the fender. I'm hoping I can push it into the fender and pull the fender around this piece and kind of bring that shape back to the fender, because it's, for one, it was pushed in a couple inches here. I think it still needs to be pulled out here and up here. So I'm gonna get this fender off and we'll see how these line up. Alright, you can see my piece here. Look at this, is what I was, that's what I was fighting right there. Now watch this. I just pull this. Look at that. Look how much farther it pushes it out. Okay, I've bolt this on, and up here it's all pretty good. It's nice and tight. And then I start getting here, and you can see the gap I get. There's also a big dent right here. And more behind the filler, I'm guessing. It goes back a little bit. Yeah, so this dent needs to be pulled out to get this metal to come back down. So I gotta strip the body filler off of here, hammer on this dent so I can get this metal to come back. This is overstretched quite a bit. This may or may not come back. There's still little dents here and there, so I guess I need to strip on some body filler. The rest of this doesn't feel too bad. This is gonna need to be fixed. I'm probably gonna end up making another piece. I'm not too worried about the arch from here to here. This one seems like it's in pretty good shape from here down. All the damage was up here. All right, so here we are in the garage on the other side. Look how thick the filler is. This is, you can see how thick it is right here. And look, it goes all the way. They were trying to follow the body line where it wasn't supposed to go. And this is thick all the way up to here. It's that thick. All the bolt holes line up. And then, uh-oh. What happened there? And then it goes that way, and then it rolls back this way. So that's been one of the biggest issues with getting this front end fitted, is trying to figure out how to make these fenders fit. There's not a good panel on this thing. The cab's decent. The lower corners have been replaced on. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go out and put this on the table outside and strip some Bondo. Let's grab this. I think this is a 60 grit. I just get a heavy sanding disc and go to town on this thing. Hope that's not lead. I really hope that's not fucking lead. You can see how bad the fender is. Look, how could you not try to make that any better? Okay, you can kind of see where the lead is, because the way that it grinds. As soon as the grinder hits it, it makes deeper scratches. I tried to stay off of it, but you can tell it goes, like, it's a pretty big area. So, I mean, big, huge dent here. This fender was a mess. I don't even know. I wish there was a place I could get 38 Ford fenders. I don't know. We'll see what I can do with that. I gotta figure out how to get the lead off. Well, I know I gotta heat it up, but I gotta get the lead off of there now. Alright, that's about it. I'm gonna have to get another camera, because this phone is starting to really irritate me. I push the button and it doesn't record. I don't know. Anyways, I wanted to record this lead coming off of here, because the lead was over the top of the Bondo. There was a layer of Bondo and then a layer of so it was metal, and it was rusty, and the filler was hardly even sticking. So there was filler over the metal, and then there was lead in the spot over the filler. It's ridiculous. So I just scraped all this off. You put just a little bit of heat to it and it falls right off. But look how thick that is. Horrible bodywork. Okay, well, I've been at it for a minute, as you can tell. At this point, I just need to get all the old repair off of here. You can see down here, holes everywhere. This is a beauty right here. So anyways, almost there. A little bit more work to do. Since I got the fender stripped down and I got the pieces bolted in and got the arch back in the fender properly, it fits 100% better. It's still, you can see how that fender here kind of tucks in, but that's not too big of a deal. That running board kind of has a little bit of a downward angle right here, and the fender's pushed. It kind of sucks in, so I need to work that fender out and bring that running board up a little bit. Now I need to finish my body mount in the front. It goes from up here. The light mount will go down here. So I have to make that bracket still. I'll modify the original bracket here. Most of the front end is hung off of this right here. So now that I have it moved out, everything's somewhat back into shape here. I need to make sure that my cab is front to back just right. Make sure that the wheel wells and everything's centered up where it's supposed to be, and then I'll build these mounts. I have very minimal experience doing any body work of any kind, so it's a learning experience anyways. So that's where we're at on this one. There'll be more videos coming on this one.